channel. My name is Rhonda. I am a flight attendant for a major US airline, and today we are going to be talking all things training. So today's video is a continuation from part 1 that we did, the training video. I will include a link to that video in the description below. Now, in this video, I did interview 2 flight attendants, one of whom I'm going to be discussing in this video. If you would like to see the other video, once you're done watching this video, there is going to be a link in the description for that. Now, let's get into the video. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff people tell you to do when you watch YouTube videos. All right, let's get into the video. This answer is very important, and I want you guys to listen closely. What was the most difficult part of training? I asked her, and she made some really good points. That was tough love, but that was one love that I needed. And that has kept me through my career. So, not that I don't ever complain, because, would I be a human if I didn't? So let's get into the next flight attendant and her answer. So I asked her the same set of questions. She has a different perspective. That's why I made sure to ask 2 flight attendants so that I can get different perspective on the same subject, which is what you're looking for. Question number 1 again, I asked her, what can one expect when going to training? She said, you can expect a lot of information at once. And that is correct. She is absolutely correct. You can expect a lot of information at one time. She also advised that you don't try to get ahead of the topics. We know some people do really well and they learn really fast, but don't try to confuse yourself. Don't try to get ahead, because it's a lot of information and you take tests almost every day, testing quizzes, and they're all very important to your success in training. Also, expect to be tested almost every day on what you learn. So do not get ahead of yourself. If they say read one paragraph, read that paragraph, which is technically not going to be the case. It's going to be more than a paragraph, but it's just an example I'm using. If they tell you read one paragraph, read that one paragraph, understand that one paragraph inside and out, go take the test, go to the next one. Do not confuse yourself. Right, and she said it's not a competition, and it's true. It is not a competition. Everybody there is in the same boat. It's not a race. Slow and steady does the trick, right? Not too slow to where you're failing the test, but yeah. Don't feel like it's a competitive sport. The competition, it's over now. The competition was when you were in the interview. You've gotten the job, conditionally. So now is the time that the best minds are going to be put to work. So it's not a competition. You don't have to outshine anybody. As long as you're making the test scores, everybody's gonna get pushed through at this point. Treat it like it's an interview process, but also you don't have to make 100% on every single thing. You don't have to overthink things. 100% would be nice, but if that is not what's required in training, just make sure you're retaining those informations, because that is what you're going to need in your career on the line. So don't try to rush through it. Try to understand the information. It is a lot of information at once. Don't try to make it into a competition, is what she's saying. And all of your classmates, as she said, she just went through training. Mine were very supportive. Your classmates are going to be your support system. So do not try to outsmart, outthink, outdo everybody. You guys are in the same boat. Love each other, support each other, and get through this boot camp, because that is exactly what you're heading into. A boot camp, not to scare you, just to caution you. What was the most difficult part of training is what I asked her. So this answer is very important, and I want you guys to listen closely. And she made some really good points. She said this had nothing, for her, this had nothing to do with the test. However, make sure you are taking care of your mental health while you're there. Listen to your body. You heard my story. My body said, take a break, take a chill pill. And I did, unfortunately. Led to somebody getting sent home, not intentional, but You want to make sure that you are taking care of you. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your mental health. And what she said was complaining about unnecessary things. This is a career path that you're taking. This is not just a job. If you think training is hard, wait until you get to your first year. I mean, all of this is not too scary. It's an amazing career. I'm still here 5 years later. But I just want to caution you as you head into training, like she is saying, listen to your body, eat healthy, do not complain about stupid things that are not going to matter 5 years from now when you're sitting where I'm sitting. See what I mean? Don't stress yourself about things that are not going to matter when you're actually a flight attendant, enjoying your career and flying to all of those beautiful places. Don't complain about stupid shit and stress yourself out. You don't want to do that. Also, depending on where you're going to training, your body changes, the weather changes. Be prepared. If you need to pack a first aid kit, make sure you pack a first aid kit in your bag. So if you need it, you have it. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Expect to probably not get paid. A lot of the airlines are moving in that direction now. So before you head to training, make sure you don't have any financial stress. Or even if you do, I mean, this is life, we all do. But make sure that it is something that you can put off until training, and then when you're done with training, you can deal with that after. So make sure you don't have any prior stress, because training itself is stressful enough. But it all depends on how you handle it. So you want to make sure that you put yourself in the mindset that, okay, this is going to be the situation. I'm probably not going to be getting paid. I'm probably not going to eat steak dinner every night. I'm probably not going to have as long of a rest that I required. Yeah, I am going to be in a boot camp, and I'm probably going to be around a lot of people. So prepare yourself mentally. If these are things that are not going to work for you, then the industry is probably not for you. However, if it is, make sure you prepare yourself mentally before. This is what I do before every single flight, before every trip, even if it's a long freaking trip. Now, I used to be one of those who would complain about every little thing. I mean, not in a way that I'm like fussing at people, but it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe we're going to this place. Oh my God, I can't believe the flight's gonna be this long. Mind you, these are flights that I picked up because I want to get paid more, and nobody forced it on me. Nobody's forcing you to go to training. One of my pilots, if you watched my videos, probably heard the story, but for those of you who are new, one of my pilots told me, hey, you know, nobody forced you to be here. You've had that schedule for a whole month now. You showed up to work. Be a happy camper. If not, you don't need to be here. That was tough love, but that was one love that I needed. And that has kept me through my career. So, I mean, not that I don't ever complain, because, I mean, would I be a human if I didn't? Oh, God. Forgive me. Yeah, you do not want to put yourself in a state that mentally you're shocked and you're confused and you're stressed. Prepare yourself. You're going to be put in a lot of uncomfortable situations, and you want to be prepared mentally before heading into training. So, great one there, girl. I'm talking to the flight attendant who, you know, answered the question. Not me. All right, so I asked this flight attendant, you guessed it, the same question I asked the first one. What was the most difficult test for you? And for her, she said the one that was most difficult was the final exam. The final exam comprises of everything that you've learned, and you're going to put it into action. You're going to be answering those instructors that you are certified and you are ready to rock and roll. So for her, she admitted that that was one of the most difficult ones, just because everything is riding on it. You know, that's the last test. You can't fail it. You have to pass. If you don't pass it, you're not ready. So you want to make sure, again, when I told you that you need to be retaining this information, you just don't need to memorize stuff just to take the test, because it's going to come back and bite you. And you don't want that. We want you all to get through training. So therefore, make sure that you're retaining the information. When you study, actually study. Don't just memorize. I know what I'm saying. And the second thing that she said was a little difficult for her was the door drills. So the door drills is where you learn about the doors and how to close the doors, arm the doors, blah, blah, blah. I would sit on here and tell you all of the procedures, but my company wouldn't like that, and I don't want to get fired. So what I can say is when you learn the door drills, theoretically, practical is a whole nother beast. So it's actually putting into practice what you've learned via reading. So this was difficult for her, and I can understand why. But what you can do, what I did was, when we read about it and they demonstrated it to us, I went home, I wrote down every single step, not home, obviously, the hotel, wrote down every single step and did the practice myself in my room, like how to close the doors and what you need to do. So you want to make sure that you're practicing these things before you actually have to perform them. You don't want to show up not knowing what you're supposed to be doing when you are supposed to know. So we want to make sure that we are not nervous and that we can rock it. You want to make sure you know how to close the doors. It's expensive. If you blow a slide, you don't want to do that. So yes, I can see why Miss Thing was very, very stressed. So we're working on not making you stress, all right? So there's no need to stress. Yeah, don't stress. Just study. Easier said than done. But I have faith in you. I know you can do it, guys. I know you can do it. You, and you. Every single one of you that's watching this video, I know that you can do it. I have faith in you. All right, and then I asked her, what was your study strategy? What was yours? What was your study strategy in training? Right, so it looks like everybody used this method and it works. So it looks like it's a proven method because they all made it through training, including myself. So her study strategy for training was studying by herself first because she was able to focus, and then studying with the group. That group thing again, make sure if you can, you're studying with a group. You can learn by studying with other people. Good memory trick. People might have different ways of studying. You might pick up on something that somebody said, like I said earlier, that might be helpful to you. And also she said she had note cards and stuff. I love drawing, so I would draw stuff and I would keep writing and writing and writing. That's how I study. Yeah, you want to apply every method in the book that works for you. The goal is to get you out of training and get you in your uniform and your wings. So you can do it. I'm rooting for you. All right, so tips for her studying strategy. Let's go over that one more time and then we'll wrap this up. So she said she made note cards. That was helpful. I don't really do well with note cards. I just left to write. I just write like an essay. I just continue to write. That's how I learn. But note cards, sticky notes and stuff worked for her. And then for the equipment, one of the, difficult parts of the training topics is the equipment. And what she did was she color coded her equipments so that she'll know where they are and what color they are and how to remember them. For me, I drew them up. I drew like a big fish. That was my airplane fuselage. I drew like a big fish and the tail up and the wings. And then I put the equipment where they are supposed to be on my drawing board. Like I literally still have all of these things, all of my notes, all of my study materials. I have every single thing. I'll show you guys right now, but it is far, far somewhere. But again, like I said, all of these tips are what helped get us to where we are right now. These two wonderful young ladies got through training and they are currently going to be flight attendants at my airline, and I'm so proud of them. And I want to be proud of you too, which is why I'm sharing this information with you. And even if you didn't make it, even if you were one of those who goes to training and didn't make it, make sure that if this is your path and if this is your journey, this is just a page that you can rip off or like erase and scratch it and start writing a new story for yourself. So if this is your path And if there's anything that's hindering you this time, you know, for those of you who didn't make it in training and is watching this video, make sure that you understand that this is not the end. You can just learn from the mistakes you made prior and put your best foot forward the next time. That is all you can do. And I think most of the airlines give you time to reapply and go back. And this time when you go back, at least you've had an idea of what the training process was like, and it's not going to be strange to you. And for those of you who the process is going to be foreign to, it was foreign to me as well, but I made it through. It was foreign to the ladies I interview, but they made it through. And you are going to make it through. I want you guys to believe in yourself and just know that you can do it. Yes, you got yourself through getting your resume prepared. You got yourself through the application process. You got yourself through the assessment test. You got yourself through 2 interview process, and you got the freaking job. You can do it. There's no point in stressing out of your mind to where you're on the test and you are so nervous and you misremember things. You know, you got yourself this far in the process. So all you need to do is stay calm, study, and show and prove. Show them why they were right in selecting you. Why you need to be on the line, why you need to be bouncing around with your heels on and your bag and your scarf and your wings. And you know, we need you on the line, girls and guys. So this is my little pep talk, and I am going to end this video here because I don't want to make it super long. Why I love to still hang out with you guys. I sadly have to go, and this has been really fun sharing these informations with you. Once again, thank you to the 2 lovely ladies that I was able to interview for this video. I thank you so much. You made this possible, and we are going to be helping lots of people. And please guys, share this video in groups that you're in. Share this on Facebook, Reddit, to anyone that you think can benefit from this process that you're going through. Share this with any of your friends that is heading to training with you. Like the video. This pushes the video out to more people. And also, give your girl a subscribe. Don't be shy. Join the crew. We're a lovely family over here, and we'll love to have you. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, or I'll see you in the skies. Stay pleasant. Bye-bye.